you believe that we need the competence of those who failed in government, either as president or as political leaders in the past? Do you believe we need their experience to succeed? Yes or no? Then I'll go to the main question. I'll apply the main topic.
You cannot, one cannot give a yes or no to such.
Okay, let me broaden. Let me broaden so that you just
this.
answer it. Hold on. Let me broaden it so you just answer the whole question. Peter Obi said on that interview, he said, you need, because they asked him, what are you doing with all these corrupt, failed politicians? Like I refer to them as spent. They failed, actually. There's no doubt about that, but they are spent. They are just expired. And he said that you need experience. You need the experience of those who failed and those who succeeded to move on. Do you agree with him?
That is, in one respect, you can agree with him, but in the other respect, you cannot agree with him. Let me explain. The reasons why we are in this situation in Nigeria, this unpalatable situation, is because people have failed in governance. Those people have had experience in government, but they failed. They failed because of certain things like corrupt influences, corruption, personal interest, and the rest. If they have failed before and they have not washed themselves of those things that make them to fail, their experience is useless. But if, having failed, they have sat back and reflected and seen that, look, I was the government, I did this thing, this and this and this in the wrong way. If I have an opportunity, I will do it in the right way. That kind of experience is positive. It can help going forward. But if we just put a blanket statement that we need the experience of all those who were in government, most of those experiences are negative. And if we follow in those experiences, we will not go anywhere, because it is the same experience and the effort in government that has brought us to the present sad point in our national life. So if we are talking of utilizing those people or their experience, we have to be very careful. We have to separate the positive from the negative. They have to come out boldly and demonstrate what was wrong with their service in government, how it was wrong, and how it can be put better.
All right.
That way, that use of that experience will help, will be positive. But if you just carry somebody who was a corrupt minister before and who does not see anything wrong with what he did, and you bring him forward and take his advice,
that is the point.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
You are not going to go forward. It's not positive advice that he's going to give you.
That is a point I am trying to make here, Barrister. Now, Barrister, all the people on ground, the people that Peter Obi have chosen to work with politically, they are not just failed politicians, they are all spent politicians who are recalcitrant, who are unrepentant. They don't believe that they failed. They don't believe that they made mistakes. They don't believe that what they did was wrong. Because in the first place, they were not ignorant of their actions, their decisions in the past. They were not ignorant. When they were confronted with those decisions or with those possible actions in the past, they were not ignorant of the repercussion of what will be, of the repercussion. They were not ignorant of the possible repercussion or the result of their actions, either their actions, their inactions, their decisions. They were not. They were completely in their right frame of mind. They knew quite all right that this will be the end result. And that is why they are not repentant. Look, somebody repents of something, somebody acknowledges his or her wrong when he or she is convinced that in the first place, I shouldn't have done this. But in our politicians' case, they knew when they were doing those things, they knew what they were doing. So they don't have regrets, they don't feel sorry for it.
If they have another opportunity,
they will
do
repeat
the same
it.
thing.
Correct. That's the point. So that is where I pick hole in this Obi'S comment, because Obi should have known these people better than we, better than us, because he has gotten to that pinnacle of power. He has gotten to that level where he has almost seen the only thing remaining for him now is to be the president. But almost there, he's almost there. He has seen everything about life. He has seen the pinnacle of business. Of business life. He has seen almost there. He's been the governor, or remaining to be the president. He's almost there now of seeing the pinnacle, seeing the what it takes to get to that point. So he has seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tell me, what will someone like Peter Obi, what experience does he need from an Atiku, who is an endemically corrupt politician, a man that is politically lame, politically dull and myopic, politically short-sighted? Or what can he learn? What virtue can he derive from an El-Rufai, a religious bigot that just exudes hate all over him? Or what is it that he can get? He can actually benefit from an Amechi, Rotimi Amechi. For God's sake, come on. When I read that, I said, Peter Obi could have, to me, I just say he could have looked for another excuse, a more potent, a more effective excuse to give to Nigerians why he's actually hobnobbing with all these politicians. Now, like you've rightfully said, that there's just no way Peter Obi can succeed. You've been emphatic on this. That Peter Obi you just can't be from another side that you want to succeed in the midst of wolves. It's not possible. Or vultures. It is not possible. They will not allow you to fly as an eagle. They will. You are the eagle among them, among these vultures. But they will not allow you to fly. That's just the truth. The moment Peter Obi try to fly, they will pull him down. Because these are naturally evil people. They are evil-minded. They led us on the platform, on the mindset of evil. So that's why they are unrepentant. They don't care. They don't regret anything.
Yes, like I said, any successful government depends on a critical mass of the top functionaries of that government being in the positive light. Where you are alone, no matter how good you are, you will not be able to succeed. And in Nigeria, with the system we have, it's going to be very difficult for you to surround yourself with people who are like you, who have the same vision like you, because corruption has eaten is 99.9%. So it's going to be difficult for you, Peter Obi, to get people of like minds like him to surround him in that cycle of power to deliver on his promises. And let me tell you one thing, the civil service, for instance, can cripple any government. No matter what you come with, the civil service can cripple you. And that civil service is 100% corrupt.
Yeah.
Look, you mentioned Amechi. The interview Amechi recently, I asked him the source of his wealth. And he said his wife is an industrialist. And Nyesom Wike, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, said, look, which industrialist is your wife? Your wife has been collecting 4 billion. Is it monthly or this thing from the federal government monthly?
What?
So
for what?
You didn't read that issue.
No. For what?
For some amorphous issues of amorphous issues. And
4 billion monthly.
Yes, Wike has said that he has called on the president to release a particular report. And if this thing is not seen there, that wife of Amechi is collecting this money, he will resign as minister. You didn't read that report. You didn't
Yeah,
read all
no,
those.
I didn't go through detail. I only read the headline that when Wike said on the headline that Wike said
Yes,
he will resign if that the president Bola Tinubu should release the
the
report
report.
of the
Amechi's wife was
NDDC
collecting,
report.
I think, 4 billion monthly. So you see how dubious. And meanwhile, all the time, you see Amechi say he doesn't love money, he's not corrupt, he's not this thing. It's the same thing with Buhari, who say he's righteous, while his wife and children were busy cutting away money. So the dubiosity of the Nigerian politician is outrageous. How can you be upright if your family members are busy stealing from the public treasury one way or another? Is that money not coming to you? If your wife and your children are making money, is it not your money? In a way.
This is one thing I love, I cherish most about Peter Obi. You just can't hear his children. His children are abroad. They don't even want to come. They are settled. I think they are settled abroad. Just a boy and a girl, a man and a woman. A sort of so. You see, they don't dabble into politics. They don't dabble into government affairs. They don't go for contract with that. The wife too, the same thing. It's just a quiet first lady. She used to be a very quiet first lady. My God, I don't. That man, I envy that man. Honestly, I really, really envy his morality. Honestly, I really envy him, and that's just it anyway.